Hello everybody, this is the 1996 of Group D-Tune, and today I'm going to teach you the basics about using Autodesk Inventor. Now, if you don't know this software, or you don't know what it does, basically it's a 3D design software which allows you to create almost anything. So, just booting it up, and we can get started. Man, this is slow. Alright, so this is your home screen. It will always, or usually, pop up at the startup of the software. You got your projects tab, which allows you to create, change a new project. So I'm gonna create a new one just for the sake of the video. I usually take a new single user project. You can't use a new vault project, but don't know what that does, so we type in a project name, YouTube how to. I'm gonna click next. Yeah, I can skip this, finish this, press OK, and there you go, project is created and will be activated by default. And pretty much done here, so you can press done and press new. So this is the screen which allows you to create new parts. I, for instance, gonna take a metric stand-up millimeter, press create. Now, for those of you who wonder why I take stand-up millimeter, it's because I live in Europe. More precise in Belgium, so that's the way we do things around here. We use millimeters instead of inches or whatever. So when your part's created, it will have no name except for part 1. Well, it's the default name, and you see literally nothing. You've got a blank screen. So what you're gonna do is always create a 2D sketch and pick whatever plane you see fit to use. Now we're in sketch mode, so we are able to draw certain shapes, whatever you want, but one of the important things to do is to project your geometry. Now, if you press these lines, they do nothing. That's because they're just there. You haven't activated them. So to do so, you have to go in that sidebar, which I just clicked open, to origin, click the x-axis and the y-axis, press escape. So now you got your axis and you're good to go. Say for instance I wanna create a block. Well, general shape of a block would be rectangular or square or whatever. Thing I like to do is to keep everything symmetric, so that's this icon you need to click, and to use it you just press the 2 lines you want to mirror or have symmetric, and one of the axes, for instance, and you see it's perfectly centered. One thing which you should take care of is you can't instantly press other sides of the box, the square. You need to escape out of your symmetric mode and then pick your lines that you want to center or divide in 2 by the axis. So that's that. Next thing to do, obviously, since this is design software, you should create dimensions, so you put some measurements on them. 17 millimeters, that would mean that the height of this block is almost 2 centimeters, which is really small. We want to take a nice big block of about 10 centimeters, but because it's in millimeters we have to multiply it by 10 again, which gives us 100. And we zoom out a bit. Alright, that's 100 millimeters. You do the same for the width. Let's say 200 would be about 20 centimeters. And that's about it in sketch mode. You're pretty much done. Now, to create the 3D object, you have to use the extrude function in this case, and you have to select your plane, or it will automatically select it. Then you got a lot of options. You can extrude it symmetrically, direction 2, or asymmetric. I usually take symmetric mode, and this box allows you to type in the distance you want to extrude to. So let's say I take about an extrusion of 150, and there you go. Now you got your 3D box or figure. This is your actual figure. For those of you who can't see that good, I'm gonna change the view. So we're gonna go to tab view and visual style, and we're gonna take shade it with edges, and yeah, there you go. That gives a little bit more perspective to the 3D model. Right, so that's pretty much it. For the basics, you'll always do something. Anything you build will go according to these steps. You create a sketch, you draw the basic figure, and you extrude it, or in some cases you can revolve it. To do more advanced stuff like plugging in a hole or rounding these edges, pretty much everything you want to do is possible by either way creating a sketch again, and let's say I want to round off these edges. I can't simply draw an arc there to mark the side that I want to extrude. So I'm gonna project my axis again. This time it's YZ axis, and we can take either an arc, 3-point arc, or a circle. Now I'm gonna take a circle because it's way easier to work with. Press, you just draw, doesn't matter what size you take. Then we're gonna take the tangent function, and basically what this does is it connects the circle outer line to the outer line of the rectangle in this case. So I'm gonna press the outside, and there you go. Now this function you can do multiple times without escaping out of it, so we're gonna do that, and there you go. You got your circle perfectly aligned against both sides of the box in this case. And now, as usual, you have to type in a dimension. So I'm gonna take 10 millimeters. It's good, and that will be it to make the edge more rounder. Now, to actually get this rounding, you should go to extrude again, and nope, bloody hell, didn't do. Sometimes it won't allow you to simply extrude, so you have to mark the outer lines you actually want to extrude. So we take the line function, simply draw the lines in. Now this should work. Yeah, there you go. So now it's on, I don't know what function. Either way, we have to cut it. So take the second symbol in this extrude, and it will actually erase the material. As you can see, it's only for a certain length, so if you want to change the distance, or let's say you want to take away all the material, you just pick function all and press OK. There you go. So now it's rounded side. So now we got a round side. You can do it, like I said, by creating a sketch, doing extrusion and all that, but you can do it way easier by picking the fillet function. Basically what it does is exactly the same, only you click the sides you want to round. Let's say all of these. You type in the radius, which means how round the roundness of the edge would be, and pick 10 again, and press OK, and there we go. We got all the edges smoothed out, except for this one, because we extruded it, so it doesn't recognize it correctly. But basically it's all smooth now. Another useful thing for manipulating the outside borders of your shape is the chamfer function. Now what this does is basically, if you recall this rounding, the fillet function, it basically does the same, except instead of rounding the edge, it picks away material at an angle by default of 45 degrees. So the same as with the fillet function, you pick a distance, say 10, and it won't do that, probably because the fillet blocks it. We're gonna pick 5, it's fair enough. Press OK, and there you go, the side has been cut off. So those are the most common things you will use. Another very common thing to use is the hole feature. Now you can't simply pick a hole, actually you can. So I'm going to cancel it out. So the correct way to use the hole function, or the method I was taught to use, is go to sketch mode again and just pick a few dots. So I'm gonna project the geometry again, XY, gonna pick a point there, and here, and here. Never forget to use the dimensions on it, say 20 millimeters, and this one about 30. Finish sketch, and now we can successfully use the hole feature. You see, it will automatically select the holes of the last sketch, and you simply have to select the diameter of the hole. So I'm gonna pick holes from 15 millimeter, big holes. We want this one to be just ordinary, so press OK, and there you go, you got your holes. As before, you can create holes by simply drawing a circle and extruding it out like this, and with the cutting function. But as you can see, it asks a lot more time and all of that, so the hole function is definitely way faster to do so. I suppose this will wrap it up for my tutorial on how to use Autodesk Inventor. Remember to subscribe and like, comment. If you got any questions, just ask them straight away. I'll try and answer them as soon as possible. One more thing before we finish this tutorial on how to create parts. You have to save it, obvious. I'll ask you the name, so test cube, and now it's saved, and you can exit the software without any problems. So this is the end. See you at my next video.